So they have a candidate that's internal, looking to start that position July. I think it was following a retirement. Yes. And they are seeking a salary, and it's an octal salary grade 20, and they're looking for $51,000. And based on the candidate's experience and credentials, I think that's fair.
It's been better. Okay.
Yep. And
yeah, and I also understand here that this will result in a savings of just under $10,000.
correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Excellent.
So no budget
modifications.
Correct. Yep.
Excellent.
Yep.
Okay. Having said that, I would entertain a motion. First by Legislator Twist, second by Legislator Conley. Any discussion? Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Excellent. Thank you very much. Okay. Do we have any other committee reviews and decisions I didn't know about or wasn't aware of? Okay. On to reporting department personnel.
So when I was looking at the packet, I didn't see any of our reports that were submitted. They were submitted, but they weren't included in the package. Just so, as of 5/19, the savings to date for all vacant positions is $3,067,289, and it's roughly over like $456,000 from this time last year. To add, I just came back from our civil service conference. It was held in Saratoga, and our MSD was there presenting, and we've been working on this for quite some time, where the whole exam unit is going to be conducting an entire transformation of all of the exam services, and we were just told they are shooting for next year, June 30th, I believe, ends the health program. So they're looking to start in July, where all open competitive exams are going to become training and experience exams, except for promotional at the moment, and also law enforcement exams. It'll be a written exam. So it's a huge deal. And they're actually going to be running applications through the state, so the candidates go right on the state site. It's all open, there's nothing, set in stone. We'll be put on committees to help transform this whole exam process, so I can keep you posted there. We recently had 2 staff members attend today as the youth summit at the Oswego County Fairgrounds. It's for 8th graders across the Oswego County schools and the city school districts. So it's always interesting, and answering their questions from them, and setting the tone for what civil service is and what exams. Usually they're mostly interested in law enforcement, but it's exciting for them to do that. Let's see. We have been testing a new badge requirement form out with DSS, since that's our largest department, and we're using the Laserfish program that the county clerk's office has, and they have many different options in that program, but it's working out really well, and we're looking to roll that out to all of the departments probably in the next month.
What is that?
It's where the payroll clerk in the department, instead of as a paper form to request a new badge or delete a badge or replace an old badge, when the candidates come for orientation, we need this form, so it's all automated. They can just go on to this program. It's all sent to us electronically, and we have it more up to date than getting a paper form. So it's basically a paperless process that we are going with. Yeah.
Love it.
That's it.
Well,
yeah.
Very good. Phil?
Good afternoon. I provided my monthly report in writing. It's in everybody's mailboxes, and I passed it out to the legislators here. Just the highlights: continue to monitor the state and federal budget. It's looking more and more from all sources like the federal reductions to Medicaid and SNAP are going to be the primary concern for us because they're looking more and more like cost shifts to the states and the counties. And I did send out a link to all the legislators and department heads. The National Association of Counties is having bi-weekly broadcasts updating what's happening at the federal level on anything that might impact county operations or finances. So if you're interested in sitting in on those, you can, or the same link will get you to recordings of those. Held a budget department head meeting where we started to lay out the groundwork for the 2026 county budget, expectations and the new calendar for it, and what the federal and state cutbacks look like so far. In terms of budget, also, budget director is going through and getting the 2026 budget columns prepared and reconciling and auditing year-end 2024 actuals. As you recall, we added to her duties a grant reconciliation. It's findings that there's not necessarily uniform practices in how grants are reconciled among the departments, and she's finding errors, and as she does, giving those on to the Treasury Department for correction. You may recall back when we were under threat of Fitzpatrick nuclear plant closing, we participated in a coalition called Upstate Energy Jobs. That is being revamped into Carbon-Free New York Coalition to begin advocacy to re-up the ZEC program. That is the zero emission carbons credits that have allowed the nuclear plants to continue operation. They expire and at the end of 29, and they are being review of that program is starting now, so we're joining in on that coalition to advocate for those that renewal. In terms of, there's also attached is your variance report. As of May 31st, we've expended a little over 34% of the budgeted expenses of this year's budget. That's 4% down from last year, which is good. And it's also significantly less than the percentage of the year that is passed. So we're on good track. If you have any questions on the variance report, where the departments are, each of those lines I can explode out and go over it with you so you can see it line by line. That's it.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Purchasing?
Oh, you skipped Kevin.
Oh,
Saving the best for last.
Okay.
well, no, actually, if that's the case, then go ahead, Kevin.
Okay, thank you. No, really, you got the sales tax report as well as reserve analysis. Sales tax report, I actually put the sales tax back on top. I think you remember I moved it underneath when we were in the negative. The month later, it actually went to the positive. So there was, what they're saying is there was a reconciliation similar to the cannabis sales tax. They do a reconciliation, so you may see a bump after, in the quarter. And we'll take it. We're 1.2 million up. So that's about it. That's great news. They're saying a lot of that is the internet sales tax. They're still trying to make sure that they can, how they accurately predict that and get that out to us. Reserve funds are they're just normal stuff. Analysis, we're looking good there. Real quick, 4 things. Monday, I'll be testifying in New York City to the Board of Magistrates in regards to the county treasurer's responsibility for estates. The current requirements are based on 2012 guidelines. So there's a few of us that are going down. There's 4 of us that are going down to testify in front of them to see if we can move them along and get a new set of guidelines done by the end of this year. It's something that I asked for last year, and I was slow moving, but it needs to be done. It really doesn't impact a whole lot of the county stuff. It really impacts the treasurer's time. the amount of time
The
that's
day-to-day
required for a state.
within the treasurer's
Yeah.
office.
And
Yeah.
just so the committee's aware, under Circuits Court Procedure Act, the chief fiscal officer of the county can be appointed an administrator of any given estate by the court, and that falls on the treasurer in addition to his other duties. And those are the guidelines you're referring to.
Correct.
Yeah.
And some counties are looking at doing public administrators because of the time-consuming operation it is. You're looking at a substantial amount of money to
Yeah,
do that.
Public administrators are generally in the larger counties right now.
But we could do a consortium or whatever with multiple counties. Is what we're looking at, but maybe. So again, there's a lot of things, but and it's not on the county's dime, so don't worry about that part. Thank you again for the approval of the position of the Director of Fiscal Management. We do have some great candidates coming. It looks like we do have potential to find someone. I think this is going to be a game changer. So at least a game changer for our department. I think there's a vision that I have that this position will definitely enhance how things operate from a accounting standpoint, at least within the Treasurer's office. So thank you again. The AFR, the annual report, was submitted and certified on time, actually early, number 8, well, the 8th year in a row. And I want to tell you that when you go on the main page, when you submit this annual report, it shows every year the certifying date. The big key about the comptroller is you got to get your AFR in. And they look at the date you submitted, and it really tells if you really, it tells you a lot about it. There's certain areas that haven't done it since 2022, if not even before that. So it really gives you, it tells you that you kind of know what you're doing. And so when you open up the main page, it shows your certifying dates. And there is nothing better to see those dates early. And hopefully it means a lot to the comptroller in regards to a certain county. Everybody has a part in that. The department has leadership, everything. So I really appreciate everybody's effort. And then finally, the ethanol plant. Remember, July 12th is the day that hopefully we get that off our books or move it on to somebody else's books. And the foreclosure auctions coming up June 24th. So we're preparing for that as well. So we're staying busy down there.
And on the ethanol plant, without getting into details, the auctioneer says there's a lot of interest, and that's a good thing. And the auctioneer's targeted mailings to ethanol producers and trade publications and things like that. So keep our fingers crossed.
Somebody else first?
Yeah, just a quick question. How are we looking with the auction as far as numbers go? Have you had a general idea on buybacks? I'm not looking for specific
Yeah,
numbers.
you're right now about 30 buybacks coming up for amendment on the floor. As of right now, they have until Friday to pay, and that's it. So you're looking at 122 minus 30, maybe 35. And we were going to do something different next year because that is really, we did that because of the foreclosure process we were really unsure of. But it creates a lot of havoc and also gives people a little bit more possibility that, hey, maybe I can pay late and still get a benefit. So we curtailed that prior to the pandemic and prior to the foreclosure process. We need to get back to that. So
There's always one.
there is.
Is that it? Oh, thank you.
So it's about 30 right there, and I'll have the amendment ready for the floor for you to review and pass, hopefully.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Anything else, Kevin? Phil?
I just wanted to draw the committee's attention to the reserves report, the third reserve down, building renovation reserve. We've been using that a lot lately, the last few years. So now the uncommitted balance is down to less than 200,000. That should have a couple million in it, so just put that on your radar screen. We're going to need to replenish that out of fund balance this year.
Yeah, that's usually the one that we beat up pretty bad.
Yep.
We can get together and figure that out. Very good. Let's see, where we go? Oh, yeah. Sebastian, for last.
Thank you, Kay. I want to say that I'm really excited to report that Cheyenne will be back on Monday. Yay. And I'm really it was really great that Carla and Tracy stepped up and really helped out when we were down for 2 months with, with Cheyenne being out. So I'm really thankful for that. I passed out reports to everybody. You can look, it's a status report of our RFPs and bids. And also, I wanted to give you some stats on purchasing, what's going on in purchasing. So if you look at this and have any questions, just give me a call.
I see that you gave us the bid reports.
Yeah?
I like that, thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. It's nice to have them to look over. Thank you. Let's see. I believe that is it. I will entertain a motion. Motion to adjourn first by legislator Connolly, second by legislator Lockwood. Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?